All right, well, welcome. Great that you're here. So this is the week of self-forgiveness. This is how I've announced it. The key, using the key to happiness, self-forgiveness. Now, I'm not going to say too much about it today. We use specific expressions that are related to it, but maybe the one most universal idea behind self-forgiveness is that there is only one of us, and that appears to be you. There's only one. There's only one consciousness. There's only one God. There's only one Christ. There's only one soul. Of course, you all have our individual expression of the one soul, but the soul itself, like the spirit itself, is one. You cannot distinguish between God, Spirit, and Christ. So there's one Christ, and this Christ has resurrected. So that's why you have resurrected. What that means, we'll find out in the next couple of weeks, I would say. It's like we're going to find out what that actually means. So self-forgiveness is an essential part, just temporarily, basically, and you'll hear more about that. That's why I don't want to get into it too much. Like today, I use an expression that I found in the Song of Prayer. And the Song of Prayer is, in fact, a prayer book, which is really beautiful and helpful. It's volume 6 of the Urtext of A Course in Miracles. And so I'll read from that later on, specifically about self-forgiveness. And that clears out a lot of confusion around it, because forgiveness is like the one thing that's mostly misunderstood. And it's very hard not to get tempted to think that somebody did something to you and that you need to forgive the other guy. And so this is, we have been looking at that. And that's always coming back, because in your first response you will see that somebody else is doing something to you, and you already responded, and you're in the story. Now this is like today you received a help to see this in a different way. Really like as a light, a new light frequency. And this is how I experienced when I read it. It's a new frequency, because you're literally not letting yourself be confused by this hologram of light that you project outward and establish as your reality for during your day. And that is just not what your reality is. So the new frequency of light that shines from beyond that to you, in you, through you, is really where the release, where the salvation comes from. Now, since we're talking about that, it's good to mention that too. It's like what we're doing here, what we're actually opening ourselves up to is your holiness. And your holiness is not an idea. It's not a classification. It's not not any of those things. You don't have to be declared holy, or you're all saints, or not saints at all. Depends on how you look at that. You can just be yourself. You don't have to be a saint in order to recognize your holiness. This is what I mean. Now, this holiness is not an idea. This is not an idea just as a concept, but there's always this invitation to come to the experience behind all these concepts. Now, what does that mean? That means that you have an opportunity here to open your consciousness to a deep experience that literally lifts you out of time and space. Even if it's just for a second, even if it's just as a glimpse, it's perfect. because the fact that it occurs is a sure sign that your consciousness is opening to the truth of you. And that's huge, because it confirms, yes, you can trust this. Yes, this is where my happiness is. Now I get it. Now I can use this key to happiness. Because not that I need to open anything, but accept my consciousness to this new experience. Now so in order to receive that, we say like you have to let go of all your concepts, and you don't know how to do that, of course. You have to release ideas about yourself. But in the end, it comes down to, I'm having one single desire. Like, above all else, I want to see this differently. Above all else, I want to experience the love of God. Above all else, I want to come to know what my holiness is. I want to experience that simply because it is what I am, and it is there for me. So, however I get to that, it is the only thing that I want. Now, that you only have to literally mean for just an instant, and you will immediately come into a different experience of yourself. It is that easy. It's that simple. All right, so I use all the materials for that, really, and all my time, in the sense of, let's sit for a moment, let's have a healing moment, let's have a little chat here, let's just open up. I see that everything is dedicated to that when it comes to what I'm offering. It's like everything is dedicated to that because it's the only thing I want myself. That's what makes it easy. That's why I love to do this, even in 40 days. Like, yeah, absolutely. So we meet a couple of times a day. Okay, good, great, wonderful. I offer still the same. And so it is like, once you've recognized that what truly makes you happy, you don't know how to get to it, but you want more of it. You want to be open to receive that and let everything else calm down within your own consciousness. So that will happen. So that will be available. It's like keeping your lamp filled, or say doing everything you can, in fact, to fill your miracle storehouse. That's see, all the words that I use are you get images and like, no, that's not it either. So that's why today I want to use two things. One of them is the meditation. I use for that, I think it's lesson 30, and blessed is the Son of God. That will tell you everything about your holiness that you need to know. And I made a music video composition of it, just to be with that in that way. Now when I play that, I will be quiet after that, and we can meditate, being still with it. I am oneself. There's another way of looking at the world. Since the purpose of the world is not the one I ascribe to it, there must be another way of looking at it. I see everything upside down, and my thoughts are the opposite of truth. I see the world as a prison for God's Son. It must be, then, that the world is really a place where He can be set free. I would look upon the world as it is and see it as a place where the Son of God finds his freedom. It must be, then, that the world is really a place where he can be set free. I would look upon the world as it is and see it as a place where the Son of God finds his freedom. It must be, then, that the world is really a place where he can be set free. I would look upon the world as it is and see it as a place where the Son of God finds his freedom. It must be, then, that the world is really a place where he can be set free. I would look upon the world as it is and see it as a place where the Son of God finds his freedom. It must be, then, that the world is really a place where he can be set free. I would look upon the world as it is and see it as a place where the Son of God finds his freedom. From Song of Prayer, Volume 6 of A Course in Miracles. Introduction. Forgiveness offers wings to prayer, to make its rising easy and its progress shift. Without its strong support, it would be vain to try to rise above the bottom step, or even to attempt to climb at all. Forgiveness is prayer's ally, sister in the plan for your salvation. Both must come to hold you up and keep your feet secure, your purpose steadfast and unchangeable. Behold the greatest help that God ordained to be with you until you reach to him. Illusion's end will come with this. Unlike the timeless nature of its sister prayer, forgiveness has an end, for it becomes unneeded when the rising up is done. Yet now it has a purpose beyond which you cannot go, nor have you need to go. Accomplish this, and you have been redeemed. Accomplish this, and you have been transformed. Accomplish this, and you will save the world. Forgiveness of yourself. No gift of heaven has been more misunderstood than has forgiveness. It has, in fact, become a scourge, a curse where it has meant to bless, a cruel mockery of grace, a parody upon the holy peace of God. Yet those who have not yet elected to begin the steps of prayer cannot but use it thus. Forgiveness as kindness is obscure at first because salvation is not understood, nor truly sought for. What was meant to heal is used to hurt because forgiveness is not wanted. Guilt becomes salvation, and the remedy appears to be a terrible alternative to life. Forgiveness to destroy will therefore suit the purpose of the world far better than its true objective, and the honest means by which this goal is reached. Forgiveness to destroy will overlook no sin, no crime, no guilt that it can find and, quote-unquote, love. Dear to its heart is error, and mistakes loom large and grow and swell within its sight. It carefully picks out all evil things and overlooks the loving as a plague, a hateful thing of danger and of death. Forgiveness to destroy is death, and this it sees in everything it looks upon and hates. God's mercy has become a twisted knife that would destroy the Son, the Holy Son he loves. Would you forgive yourself for doing this? Learn then that God has given you a means by which you can return to him in peace. Do not see error. Do not see error. Do not make it real. Select the loving and forgive the sin by choosing in its place the face of Christ. How otherwise can prayer return to God? He loves his Son. Can you remember him and hate what he created? You will hate his Father if you hate the Son he loves. For as you see the Son, you see yourself, and as you see yourself, is God to you. As prayer is always for yourself, so is forgiveness given you. It is impossible to forgive another, for it is only your sins you see in him. You want to see them there and not in you. That is why forgiveness of another is an illusion. Yet it is the only happy dream in all the world. The only one that does not lead to death. Only in someone else can you forgive yourself. For you have called him guilty of your sins, and in him must your innocence be found. Who but the sinful need to be forgiven? And do not ever think you can see sin in anyone except yourself. This is the great deception of the world, and you, the great deceiver of yourself. It always seems to be another who is evil, and in his sin you are the injured one. How could freedom be possible if this were true? You would be slave to everyone, for what he does entails your fate, your feelings, your despair or hope, your misery or joy. You have no freedom unless he gives it to you. And being evil, he can only give what he is. You cannot see his sins and not your own, but you can free him and yourself as well. Forgiveness truly given is the only way in which your hope of freedom lies. Others will make mistakes, and so will you, as long as this illusion of a world appears to be your home. God has given all his sons a remedy for all illusions that they think they see. Christ's vision does not use your eyes, but you can look through his and learn to see like him. Mistakes are tiny shadows quickly gone, which for an instant only seem to hide the face of Christ, which still remains unchanged behind them all. His constancy remains in tranquil silence and in the perfect peace. He does not know of shadows. His the eyes that look past error to the Christ in you. Ask then his help, and ask him how to learn forgiveness as his vision lets it be. You are in need of what he gives, and your salvation rests on learning this of him. Prayer cannot be released to heaven, while forgiveness to destroy remains with you. God's mercy would remove this withering and poisoned thinking from your holy mind. Christ has forgiven you, and in his sight the world is holy as himself. Who sees no evil in it sees like him. For what he has forgiven has not sinned, and guilt can be no more. Salvation's plan is made complete, and sanity has come. Forgiveness is the call to sanity. For who but the insane would look on sin when he see the face of Christ instead? This is the choice you make, the simplest one, yet the only one that you can make. God calls on you to save his Son from death by offering the love of Christ to him. This is your need, and God himself holds out this gift to you. As he would give, so must you give as well. And thus is prayer restored to formlessness, beyond all limits, into timelessness, with nothing of the past to hold it back from reuniting with the ceaseless song that all creation sings unto its God. But to achieve this and you must learn before you reach where learning cannot go. Forgiveness is the key, but who can use a key when he has lost the door for which the key has made, and where alone it fits? Therefore we make distinctions so that prayer can be released from darkness into light. Forgiveness' role must be reversed and cleansed from evil usages and hateful goals. Forgiveness to destroy must be unveiled in all its treachery, and then let go forever and forever. There can be no trace of it remaining if the plan that God established for returning be achieved at last, and learning be complete. This is the world of opposites, and you must choose between them every instant, while this world retains reality for you. Yet you must learn alternatives for choice, or you will not be able to attain your freedom. Let it then be clear to you exactly what forgiveness means to you, and learn what it should be to set you free. The level of prayer depends on this, for here it waits its freedom to ascend above the world of chaos into peace. All right, so you can listen to it again if you think that you missed half of it, or maybe you didn't miss anything. And of course you can read it in the word text. I wanted to bring this in just because it entails everything regarding self-forgiveness. So that's why it can be useful to listen to it and to actually see where this is about. All right, so well, we continue with this. Of course, it's like until this is perfected, you could say, you still keep things in time. That's why it's so important. We need all the help with that. So that's why you can ask for help to have that happen, to let it be shown what true forgiveness is. So yeah, let's be still with that while I play some music. But I also want to say, if you need to go, you are welcome to go, of course. Thank you so much for your presence. See you tomorrow, maybe later today, in the Miracle Healing Lab. Thank you for everything, and bye for now. Thank you.